Hi, I'm State Representative Antonio Parkinson, Chairman of the Tennessee Black Caucus of State Legislators, and I want to welcome you back to the Black Caucus Weekly. And today we have a treat for you. We have none other than State Representative Vincent Dixie, who is also the history-making chairman of the Minority Caucus in the House. State Representative Vincent Dixie, Chairman of Democratic Caucus, welcome to the show.
Good, thank you. It's a pleasure to be here. Thank you so much.
Well, we're honored to have you. And first, let's start with this. Let's educate the public and tell them what the Democratic Caucus Chairman is and does.
Okay. Well, first, as you mentioned, I am the first black person to hold this position in the Democratic Caucus in Tennessee. So that's an honor. It comes with a heavy weight too. The heavy is the head that wears the crown. So we have a lot of work to do. And my job, number one, is how do I increase my membership? How do I get us out of the super minority? And in order to do that, I have to have great candidates. And if I have great candidates, I got to have good fundraising to make sure that I support them, while in the same time making sure that I protect my incumbent members. But I have to keep my eyes open for all things, because I still have to make sure I watch the legislation, that we're passing good legislation. So it's a multi-hat task that I have to do. But I'm up for it. I have a lot of people around me that's willing to help, and we're gonna move some mountains here.
Wearing many hats, as it says. And so, Chairman Dixie, we talked about the fact that your job is to increase the numbers in the Democratic Caucus, and a lot of that is hinging upon messaging. What is the message for the Democratic Caucus that is going to resonate with the people of Tennessee?
Simple, we want to make sure that we let people know that we're here for the average working person, right? We want to make sure you have enough money to put food on your table, enough money to buy your kids clothes to put on their back. And you want to make sure that if you get sick, you can go to get quality health care, access to health care. And we have to make sure that's been exacerbated by this pandemic, that you have access to internet. Because a lot of people, jobs depend on it, a lot of people, schools depend on it, but we also just have to make sure that those are some of the things that we get done.
Right, that's awesome. As chairman of the Tennessee Black Caucus of State Legislators, our agenda is simple and threefold, straightforward, and it's all built around improving people's quality of life, education, the health of the people that we represent, and how do we put money on the table for the citizens that we represent. Now, is there any difference between the Black Caucus agenda and the Democratic Caucus agenda this year?
Not at all. They marry each other very well. When it comes to healthcare, this pandemic has shown that healthcare should not be tied to a job. We have almost 10% unemployment rate here in Tennessee. We both spend an inordinate amount of time handling constituent calls regarding unemployment. So we have to make sure that those systems in place and we get the resources to people that need them the most.
Right, and that's what it's all about. Hey, again, we are the Tennessee Black Caucus of State Legislators, and we have the chairman of the Democratic Caucus, State Representative Vincent Dixie. State Representative Dixie, or Chairman Dixie, is there anything else that you want to leave with our viewers before we cut out?
I do. It's going to take a Herculean effort for us to move this mountain in Tennessee. In order for us to do some things we've seen across the country, where we're going to even move it from being red to purple. That's what we're going to do. It's going to take a Herculean effort, but it's going to take grassroots organizations all the way to the State House and everyone in between. So when we finish with what we're doing here, they're going to be saying, Georgia who?
All right, Georgia who? All right, there you have it. Our chairman of the Democratic Caucus, State Representative Vincent Dixie. We are excited about the prospects and what's to come. I am State Representative Antonio Parkinson, chairman of the Black Caucus of State Legislators in Tennessee. And make sure that you join us and share this video. Make sure that you like us on our Facebook page and all of our other social media, TN Black Caucus, and make sure that you spread the word about the good things that are taking place here in the Tennessee Legislature, not just from the Tennessee Black Caucus of State Legislators, but also from the Democratic Caucus inside the Tennessee House. Again, I'm State Representative Antonio Parkinson. Thank you so much for joining us. This has been the Tennessee Black Caucus Weekly.